So I was in Bali, October 2002, for a buying trip for my Indonesian furniture business here on the Gold Coast. Basically out shopping all day, 12th of October, and looking new products, Poppy's Lane, and on my way home it was really hot, like really hot, and I walked into Surrey Club to get a bottle of water. Everything was fine, everyone was having a good time. I walked in to the front bar, it was packed. So I walked down to the side bar, I got my bottle of water, and I was walking out and I saw a van parked out the front. I thought, oh, that's weird. And then I heard, it sounded like a car backfire. And I believe that was the backpack bomb that went off in Paddy's bar across the road. And I didn't really think anything of it. A few of the people around me are like, oh, what was that? What was that? And started walking out, which, that was the plan of the bombers, to get everyone to walk out to where this van was. And I just continued to walk out, and then next thing I know, I saw the van that was parked out the front explode.
Bomb blast on the island of Bali has killed at least 182 people in the worst terrorist attack since September the 11th.
It was like slow motion. I saw the fire coming out the side of the door. And I was behind these big metal poles that held the Surrey Club sign up, and they took pretty much the brunt of the bomb. I'd say I was probably 5 to 8 meters away from the van that exploded. I had some power lines land on me that burnt on my shoulders and electrocuted me. I didn't feel any pain or anything. I wasn't in any pain, which is weird for the injuries that I had. But yeah, when I come to, I had a big pole across my legs. I had a torso next to me, no arms, no legs, no head, and some other body parts and stuff. It was pretty graphic. Could hear alcohol bottles exploding, which sounded like machine guns, and I thought, is this some sort of army terrorist attack? Is this the army coming in? Are they fighting? Is there gunfight out there? What's going on? I didn't know. And I tried to get myself out on my hands. Like my legs were badly broken. I still had them, they were just badly broken. Compound fractures, so the bones sticking out everywhere. I tried to get myself out, but my arms were broken as well. I couldn't really move myself. I couldn't get the log off. And a couple of, I don't know what their accent was, Caucasians with a European accent or something, come in and they're like, come on mate, let's get out, you gotta get out. Like, I can't move, and then the other guy goes, help him out. So one of the guys grabbed my arms and he went to pick me up and all the skin fell off in his hand. The other guy grabbed my other arm and the skin fell off in his hand, and they ended up hooking under my arms and dragged me out. I remember getting dragged out, and they put me on the road out the front. I said, there you are mate, you'll be right, and they ran back in. To this day I still don't know if they made it back out or who they are or anything about them. But when I was put out the front next to this car, the car that I was next to caught on fire, and it burnt all my back. So all my back is skin grafted. They got t-shirts from the surf shop, wrapped my legs up because they were bleeding, and eventually put onto the back of a police ute, taken to Sangala Hospital. They put me off the ute onto a stretcher and wheeled me into ER, and there's a period of time, I don't know how long it is, that I don't remember from there. But apparently I was presumed dead, deceased, and I was pushed away to where all the other deceased were and covered over with a sheet. And a guy that I now know, Clayton, saw my arm move under the sheet and uncovered me and got the doctors back to me and got me going again. So I wasn't deceased, I was just under this sheet, clinging on to life. And as soon as we saw the army come in, it was like, it's the biggest weight off my shoulders. It's like, I'm gonna be fine, I'm safe now. And they come in and, they'd done a couple of operation things on me, like my arms. So where I was burnt, I was swelling and it was cutting blood supply. So they were just cut open. There was no anaesthetic or anything like that. Prior to the army coming, there was no painkillers or nothing. I had 2 Panadol put in a saline bag. That was my painkillers. Mind you, I had broken legs, I had compound fractures, I had burns to 85% of my body, I had a broken pelvis, my back was broken in 4 places, my arms were broken, I had a fractured skull. On top of that, shrapnel wounds everywhere. So everyone was getting numbers on their arms, 1 to 200 or whatever as to how bad they were injured, 1 being the worst. And they come through and they assess me, and I had a number 1, but I had no room on my arms to write, so they put I had probably a 10 centimetre area on my chest that wasn't burnt, so they put a number 1 on that. And I was the worst injured person, still alive in Bali at the time. Yeah, we all got wheeled out. I was supposed to go on the first Hercules back, but I deteriorated pretty badly at the makeshift hospital. And they had to fly some specialist over to go back with me, and I ended up on the second Hercules back. So I remember being on the Hercules till they said, there's 10 minutes till we land in Darwin, and I've lost months of memory after that. I don't remember landing in Darwin. So from Darwin, I was operated on in Darwin and put external fixtures on my legs to try and save them. I was flown via Learjet to Concord in Sydney, where I was in a coma for a while. They amputated one of my legs. I just wasn't getting better, so they took one leg off, and I still wasn't getting better. So they took that one off a little bit higher, and I was getting a little bit better, but not enough. And they took the other leg off, and that's when my body started repairing. I'd had a lot of work to do, a lot of shrapnel wounds, a lot of burns, a lot of broken bones to heal. And yes, I was in Royal Brisbane Hospital, where I was told, you'll never walk again. Don't bother trying. Get used to a wheelchair. You've got, everything against you with balance. So your balance comes from your big toes, which I've got none. Your hearing, well, I'm deaf in one ear and about 50% in the other ear. And then your prosthetics require muscles to work, mainly your stomach muscles. Well, I've lost all my right-hand side stomach muscles, so I had all odds against me. And they told me for months, you'll never walk, don't bother trying, you can't do it, get used to a chair. And I'm like, you know what? Who are you to tell me that? I found a guy at Southport, Barry Leach, who made a pair of prosthetic legs for me. And I was up walking in the rails, not walking very well. I was in really bad pain. But within a week, I was up walking in the rails. And I'd go in there every single day and just practice and practice and practice. And I'm thinking, I'm going to prove these doctors wrong. Who are they to say that? And I ended up being on crutches for about 2 years. So off I go. I'm back home. I've got no wheelchair to go back into. So that means I've got to use my legs from when I get up in the morning to when I go to bed at night. No worries. So I got my crutches and walking around on them for a little bit, and I realised, my posture's so out of whack with these things. It's making me lean forward. And I ended up, I don't need these crutches, and I got rid of them. And I made myself walk, and yeah, I had a few falls. I've broken my arms a couple of times. I still fall now, quite often. But I'm up walking, and I proved those doctors wrong. And that's what I wanted to do. So prove them wrong, that with all the odds against me, I put my mind to it, and I can get up and I can achieve, the goals that I set. The doctors couldn't believe it. They're like, wow. Mission accomplished, number 1. It gave them a new view on things, and I guess hopefully they reassess how they talk to people and what sort of hopes they give people. I guess at the end of the day, I could have just, stayed laying in bed and not done anything, and it's like, oh, what about me? But, I've always had the drive to get out and do stuff and be active and try different things. And I think when someone tells you you can't do something, what it done for me, it gave me more drive to prove them wrong. With golf, someone said, oh, you'd fall over if you swung a golf club. It's like, yeah, righto, see how we go. So, and that brought on the golf side of things. So the next day there's an ad in the paper for the Australian Amputee Open. It's like the biggest amputee event there is in Australia. And I thought, should I try this? I've never played golf. I don't really know much about it. And my wife said, yeah, go on, you can do it. Get into it. So I filled the form out and I entered. No golf clubs, no nothing, no idea. I thought, righto, I've entered, I'm going. It's in 6 weeks' time. 8 weeks' time, I've got like a little 6-month-old baby at the time, Sheridan, my daughter. I thought, righto, I better learn this game. So we ran a story in the paper about going to golf, and then one of the golf club manufacturers jumped on board and said, righto, we'll give you a set of golf clubs, then Club Car, we'll give you a cart to use. And it all started piecing together. So I got the golf clubs, I went out, started practicing. I was terrible, really, really bad, but hey, I was having fun. And I went down to this event, Nelsons Bay, New South Wales, Australian Championships, and I played. Empower Golf was 4 months old. It was a brand new company. It's a not-for-profit charity, and they support multi-disabilities to get into golf. I thought, this is really, really cool. So we set up our first clinic at Noosa. That was 10 years ago, 9.5 years ago now. And I absolutely loved it. You learn so much off so many different disabilities. It's like everybody in life. Everybody has something they can teach you. And this was just a door that opened up that I could learn so much from. I haven't looked back. We've got 98 PGA professional golfers that work for us, 3,000 clients, and we've introduced over 50,000 disabled to the game of golf. We're a charity, we're not for profit, a lot of us volunteers. And, seeing that one person who might have been told you wouldn't be able to hit that ball, it's like me with my walking, you wouldn't be able to walk. And to see them do that, and just that smile on their faces, it's so good, so rewarding. I feel giving back to the community is really rewarding. The main one is just, the life changes, the happy faces, right down to, say, the PA hospital. I do the brain injury unit golf clinics in there, where I used to. Just recreating the hand-eye coordination and, I guess, living an active life. Getting someone off the lounge and they're out and doing sport and having fun and the smiles. It's, it's the best job in the world. If I had someone come and see me and I could see that it's possible to walk, I think that would have made a world of difference. I guess what I would say is be positive, believe in yourself, and give everything a go. The mind is a powerful thing, and you can pretty much achieve anything you want to achieve in life as long as you set your mind to it.